I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing here. So, I suppose with first videos on channels, you're supposed to explain what your channel is and why it's in existence, I guess. But you're not gonna get that here because I don't know what my channel is about. Exploring reality, I guess, talking about where I exist here in like my mind and in philosophy that I like and I understand, and that I write about, and the types of philosophy that I guess I want to exist and live by. I didn't murder a purple person or a smurf. I was doing art the other day and it's just not going away. Anyway, so today I want to talk about the God wall. I think it's really important that when we have a belief system that we've set up for ourselves, that we understand its limitations. I grew up, in a family that was Christian. We went to church, we experimented with a lot of different denominations. And, through middle school and my freshman and sophomore year, I really didn't practice anything. I didn't go to church at all, actually. My junior year of high school, I was introduced to a youth group, St. Mary's Life Teen. I was baptized Catholic as a baby, so I had that the original sacrament, but I never really practiced. And then being introduced to the youth group, and it became a really good support system for me. And I guess I thrived with it, and it became really important to me, and like helping with retreats and being a part of that group and that community was great. And I thought, wow, this is great. This has a belief system that it makes sense and it's important to me. And I just really appreciated the dogma and the structure and the things that were a part of Catholicism. And I think the fact that I got involved with the youth group when I did was both beneficial and detrimental to the growth of my understanding of philosophy, because I was at a point in my life where I didn't understand the idea of inherent right and wrong. And I think going to youth group and being a part of something where there was very, very established, inherent beliefs. So, this is wrong no matter what, like across the board. Or, this is good across the board. And the fact that they had it narrowed down, not just, this is wrong, but it's wrong in specific situations. Even to the point where, with mortal and venial sin having different effects on your soul, I guess. And I just thought it was interesting. And I liked it. I liked it because it had a foundation for me that I was like, okay, cause and effect. If I do this, this is what it's going to do to my soul, and here's how I eliminate it. Go to reconciliation, go to church, whatever. Bless yourself with the holy water. And that was great. And it gave me some kind of comfort for myself that I wasn't hopeless. And then I kind of fell away from it when I moved out after high school. I didn't necessarily call myself not Christian or not Catholic. I definitely still, believed in the dogma and had, a spiritual connection, I guess. But it became less important, I guess. And more recently, I've been going through what I've been calling my existential crisis, where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. This is terrifying. And then I kind of sat down and I was just like, well, I wanted to be a youth minister. That was my dream job, because I wanted to do for people what had been done for me. Because, yeah, I do believe that my youth group saved my phone. I do believe that my youth group saved my life. I think I would have been a lot worse off without it, I guess you could say. But every time I try to explore what I think is potentially important that isn't covered by theology or anywhere in Catholicism, branching out and exploring other types of philosophy or other ways things I could base my life off of, I hit the God wall. And it's hard because, I want to figure out if, for better or for worse, if I believe in God. If religion is right for me, if I am right for religion, if that's something that I want to base function off of. And I don't want to make that decision in that before exploring my options. So I don't want to say, yes, religion is for me, or no, religion is not for me. And that's really hard because, in exploring potential and especially motivators and like reason for existence, it's really, really hard to be like, whether or not God exists, this is my motivation. So I keep hitting the God wall where I'm just like, okay, this is great big picture. And then as I narrow things down, I hit the God wall. And it's like, at this point, I can't move any farther unless I make the decision. Do I believe in God or not? Is religion for me or not? Do I want something organized, or do I want to figure things out on my own? And I think there's nothing inherently wrong with either of them. I just think it's important that you figure it out for yourself. For whatever reason, a lot of Christians think, oh, if you're not religious, then you're a bad person, or you are going to go to hell if you don't go to church. Obviously, different denominations of Christianity have different beliefs, and I think it's just that in and of itself is difficult because it's less open for interpretation. So it's just very inherent, and I don't like the idea of that. I'm going to draw a model for you. I had some paper ready for that. So I'm going to try hitting the God wall. I have all of these ideas that kind of flood in, and then I think it's going well, whatever, and then I just kind of hit a point where I have to make a decision, because you really can't have both. You really can't. And so as I kind of explore different options for the way I like to see the world working, it gets difficult to navigate around the God wall, because it is very, this is right or wrong if you believe in God. And then you get the whole, on the other side of the God wall, where it is right or it is wrong, whatever, there's leeway, and it's easier to have a concrete understanding of what is right and wrong if you believe in God. If you believe in God, there is no need to surpass the God wall. And that's not to say that, philosophy only exists on the other side of the God wall, because theology is a subcategory of philosophy. I do believe, though, that theology is missing a lot of pieces in terms of philosophy. That's why I can't stress enough that it's a subcategory. Kind of like if you get humility, subsidiarity is a subcategory of humility. So even if for whatever reason I find that I do belong before the God wall, I'm not going to limit my ideology of existence to theology, because it's missing so many pieces that are important. Not necessarily that pieces of theology are wrong. I just think that it's missing pieces, and it's just, there are things that need to be looked at. I'm doing this whole video in one take, so I'm kind of like, I want to explore it more. And I guess I created this YouTube channel so that maybe I would have motivation to explore it more, to talk about it and express my ideas around it. Maybe some of you, whether you know me or not, are experiencing some of the same issues. Maybe not, maybe so, maybe it's just interesting to listen to me ramble. But if you are experiencing some of these concerns or ideas, explore with me. If not, great, just watch me ramble. You can put messages in the comments down there, ideas for other videos. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'm going to upload at least once a week. I also have a blog. I'll put a link down there too. that I write on more, sometimes some poetry, just some rants, some personal stuff. It really just depends. Yeah, so I'm going to go exploring. Would you like to come along?